To this day, I still occasionally wake up in the middle of the night and think that we beat Spain on penalties. We walked past Korea in the quarterfinal, beat Germany in the semi-final, and we have this great game against Brazil. And then I wake up and it's all over and it hasn't happened, you know. So that my memories of 2002 have a lot of regret in them. Obviously, we had the Saipan incident with Roy, and then the penalties against Spain when perhaps we should have gone through. So, you know, I guess having grown up, you know, looking at the Brazilian teams as of the 70s, you know, Jairzinho, Revellino, the tail end of Pele, you know, and then the ones that came after, like Junior and Zico, and all these fabulous players that that captured the imagination. To actually go and play in the same tournament as them, didn't get to play against them, but to go and see them finally win it in my time, you know, was good. You know, I suppose I have a bit of an old sort of fondness, not a love affair, but a fondness with Brazilian football. And just to let you know, my way of dealing with retirement some months later, because I quit about 3 or 4 months after that World Cup. And by way of my retirement gift to myself, I went to Brazil for 4 weeks and traveled the country to find out why football was so strong in Brazil. And I went to dancing clubs, you know, because I felt that's where the people learned their movement. They all go to you'll know this probably, don't you? They all have these dancing clubs they're members of. And they all, like, as young kids, they are so flexible. They can move their bodies in these brilliant, you know, I suppose, dancing movements. And that gives them the grace and the panache that they always had above other players, you know. And I went and I went to Rio, went to all the big cities. I went to all the big football clubs. And I saw what it meant. I also went into the favelas and watched a lot of football matches and played football in the favelas. And I did a little bit of a documentary. It appears about 4 o'clock in the morning on the weirdest of channels. If you ever can't sleep some night, you might come across it. But it was amazing to get to the source of why Brazilian football means so much to the people, and how, you know, people see that as a way of overcoming other issues in their lives. When the football goes well, it takes care of a lot of other problems that they have. And I suppose looking back, you know, I was delighted Brazil won it, you know, if we were never going to get there. And I would then say, I'd bring you back to the semi-final then a few years ago, just to bring you back down a little bit, when Germany came and turned Brazilian football upside down. You know, that was a shocking moment. So, you know, I would really follow Brazilian football a lot, and particularly the players that come over, you know, from Brazilian clubs, like going back, you know, to the time of the Ronaldinos and players like that who came. But even in the modern day, like Jesus, people like that who are, you know, coming over, making an impact. And then even clubs like Shakhtar Donetsk. I did their game the other night, and they've 13 Brazilians in their squad right now, and they have had 35 first-team players who have played Champions League football in the last number of years. Like, so there's an incredible story there, and I believe they tell me there's up to 5,000 pros around the world who have left Brazil to play. I mean, that's incredible. That like, there's just so much to learn there. Brazilian football is full of interesting anecdotes, interesting history, grace, panache, failure, heartache. It's a wonderful story, and I'd never tire of it. So yeah, so I was pleased they won it anyway.